As a fatherless daughter myself, I must say that every time Kinger is on screen, I pray to God he be my dad. He's a father figure to Ragatha and Pomni mainly, but every interaction, every word, every time he's on screen, this guy never fails to be the Uncle Iroh of the circus. Wise, clumsy, and with dad jokes that remind me of Phil Dunphy, I'm surprised he didn't win the Best Father Figure award. Even the show's voice actors call Kinger's VA dad when they play Left 4 Dead or other games on stream.
Are you kids okay? I've got you.
Dad, help! I hurt a lot!
It's okay. Pappy's got you.
And honestly, that's so wholesome it makes me cry. So let's break down why Kinger is the father we all secretly wish we had. He embodies all positive attributes we usually associate with fatherhood: wisdom, kindness, calm, and fun. And his mental absence and instability aren't just flaws, they're part of what makes his role all the more meaningful. We'll get to that later, but for now, let's analyze some of his most defining scenes. The hell scene with Pomni. Up until this point, we all saw Kinger as a crazy old man, with little hints that he's actually understanding more than he lets on. Then, stranded with Pomni in literal hell, everything changes. The way he gently takes the lead and becomes the rational one when Pomni starts panicking is what makes him a good parental figure. He doesn't try to take away her negative emotions, but he takes it slow, encourages her to take a moment, and gives her space to process what's going on. When he tries to comfort her, his guilt kinda gets in the way, but he's quick to admit that this whole situation is basically his fault, and apologizes, which takes humility and self-awareness, things that many dads in real life struggle with. What really gets me is that he's not afraid of negative emotions. When Pomni asks him why he's acting differently, he immediately goes back to the only memory he has control over, his last moment with his wife. And this memory is tied to loss, and yet he holds onto it like a lifeline, transforming it into a source of strength. Going through this experience gave him such a unique type of wisdom, and it's one that he can share and one that can potentially help others keep on living. If Jax had a quick talk with Kinger, I bet he'd be better in no time. And the way he talks about his wife, the ultimate green flag.
She was funny, creative, really into entomology.
By the end of the scene, Pomni isn't just calmer, but she's closer to him. If that's not a peak father-daughter moment, I don't know what is. The loser corner scene. If Pomni was a mix of angry, scared, and hopeless, Ragatha is also experiencing an array of emotions in this scene, from numbness to sadness and confusion. And the way Kinger helps her navigate through all of this is a trial and error type of conversation. Ragatha is non-verbal, so Kinger tries to understand where her distress is coming from by asking her yes or no questions, letting her communicate the way she can. He meets her where she is and tries to reassure her that she's not hated, but his reality is not the reality that Ragatha experiences all the time. This is a limitation that Kinger has, caused by his amnesia. So his perception might be a tad different from hers. When she finally explains her point of view, he doesn't dismiss it in any way, but points out something obvious to us all.
You put a lot of pressure on yourself to be there for everyone, and when you're not, you beat yourself up for it.
And lets her connect the dots. He doesn't give answers, he helps her find her own. Him giving her space and guiding her through her feelings is everything a dad should be. But here's when he makes one tiny mistake. He starts this monologue about relationships and how they're two-sided, and giving someone space doesn't mean you're giving up on them, and that's all true, but judging by Raggy's response, she is not in the right headspace to internalize what he's saying. She is still trying to figure herself out, and when Kinger realizes that she might actually hate herself, this is where he switches tactics. He drops the lessons and offers something deeper, his own experience. And suddenly, Ragatha isn't alone anymore. He also reveals the actual impact that her presence had on his own healing journey. And he reminds her of her kindness and thoughtfulness, the parts of herself that she'd forgotten. Damn, I relate so much to Raggy here. I love her. I'm gonna make a video about her for sure. But let's not stray away from our king. The way Kinger handled this whole conversation made me love him all the more. When his advice wasn't getting through to her, he switched gears and managed to make everything better, which makes him an emotionally mature and reliable father figure for Ragatha, even when he's not always mentally present to support her. Speaking of not always mentally present, Kinger's mental absence makes us feel a sense of injustice for him, being a reminder of how much the circus members and we as the audience lose out on. It's like having a dad who's always on the verge of giving you the best advice, but he's never quite able to stay long enough to see you apply it and grow from it. He may not be physically absent like most fathers are in real life, but he is mentally absent most of the time. And that's what makes his rare moments of clarity and connection hit even harder. The fun dad. Even when everyone expected him to go wild in episode 6, shotgun in hand, ready to win the game, he chose something greater, to just have fun. Instead of playing to win, which we know he could have easily done, he turned the moment into pure fun, playing with Jax and Pomni like it was just another adventure. He even sacrificed himself in a ricochet maneuver in the dark where he likely had full control, although maybe not much visibility, but he did it just to keep the game lighthearted, and that made so much sense for him. Not playing to win, but playing to make some memories with his children. Memories he probably won't even remember. Not to forget that he would totally dress up for the girlies. Look, most of us know loss or absence from a parent. Maybe someone who was physically there but emotionally checked out. Or a parent too sick to be present. Or, like mine, a father who left without an explanation. And maybe that's why we associate Kinger with a better parental figure. He's someone with his own share of difficulties and limitations, but he never ever stops trying to fully be there for others, trying to make them laugh, trying to give the best advice that he can so that they can get to see another day. He's proof that fatherhood isn't about perfection, it's just about showing up, even when it's hard. If you made it so far, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Bye!